Hey, everybody. It is July 1st, 2026, and we have accepted the challenge. Yes, challenge accepted, which means I've been sharing with y'all the last couple days that I've had a couple things I've been challenging myself to do as a lead trader and for my community. So we're making it official for July. For this month of July, we're going to be focused on several things. We're going to focus on how many trades we take, our entries and our exits, and talking about that, having that all determined ahead of time. We're also dealing with the challenge of leaving the trading desk in a reasonable amount of time because you can spend too much time in front of the charts, and then the next thing you know, you're taking random or leak trades, as ChatGPT calls them. You're taking trades that are not on your list, not a part of your strategy, just you doing the things, okay? Third thing is we're going to challenge ourselves to watch our risk management still. We've been focused on risk management all year, actually, because risk management is such a big deal, right? Sometimes we stay in trades too long because we think they're going to come back, or we stay in trades too short because we're worried that we're going to lose the money. So we're working on the risk management, which takes us back to our entry and exit criteria. Okay. So I'm going to share with you today our trade recap and how I did on the challenge today. And I think you'll be proud of me. You'll be proud of me that it actually went so much better today. All right, let's get into it. All right, here we are. We're going to make this a short one today because I got something I need to go do. All right. But we have June. Sorry, not June. It is now July. July the 1st, 2026 is what we're working with today. Our trades for today. Okay. So I'm just going to show you, instead of doing replay, I'm just going to go with the full Monty. The price gap down this morning. Gap down. This was the gap. This would have been the gap right here, right? And price dipped super hard after the gap down. I actually waited this morning. I thought about going with the call credit spread, but did not. I probably would have been fine because this little drop, even though this was all in one candle, this is the 30-minute chart, it would have felt really uncomfortable because it came right back up. Dip down here and then a nice little recovery off of the bottom of the opening range, 74.50. Well, I made it the bottom of the opening range. And then after that started to recover like it did, we went with 74.45, 74.50, put credit spread. Okay. We did this in copy trading. We did this in the membership. And we did this in alerts and SPX alerts. Okay, we got 3 different lanes you can join. I just want to toss that out there. 74, 45, 50, put credit spread. In the copy trading account, profitable. In the membership, profitable. In SPX alerts today, profitable. Okay, so price reacts and recovers really nicely here. And when the next candle goes, we actually show that after our 30 minutes, nope, not you, I want to move you. Our 30 minutes shows that the next candle takes us outside of the opening range. That is our entry. So that was my trade number 1. Y'all know we're looking at how many trades we can do. That's trade number 1. All right. Price ran up a little bit, ran up a little bit, ran up a little bit. I actually had a 1 DTE trade that was open from before, from a few days ago. And when we had this monster move up, I actually added to that trade. I'm calling it a new trade, even though it's really not new. 74, 50, 60, put credit spread. I added to that trade from the other day. Okay, that was another trade that I had as a 1 DTE, and I added, actually I entered it yesterday toward the end of the day as a 1 DTE. So I added to that this morning, and because of this big pop. So there's trade number 2. All right, that's trade number 2. Then I actually closed the 74, 45, 50 and 74, 50, 60. Nope. Yes. Okay. So I closed this trade pretty early. I closed it when it was worth like $100. I still came out profitable because I had added to it when price was being challenged yesterday. And I ended up taking this trade again. So I did the same 74, 50, 60 put credit spread. I took in a little bit less money and did more contracts. Okay, so this was my new trade. I took in a little bit less money, but I added more contracts. I'm calling that trade number 3. All right, because it was a new entry, even though I had closed this other one. I'm calling that trade 3. All right. Next thing we did, I waited until we rolled this up, rolled it up to see what was going to happen up here. Was there another entry to the top side? Should I have looked to see here? So I decided to wait till after we got a nice little reversal here. And I'm going to share with you something that I used to identify this as the reversal. Okay. 75, 35, 45 call credit spread given to the membership and the alerts. I didn't do this in copy trading. I probably should have. We would have, pulled in a few more dollars, but I did 75, 35, 45 as a call credit spread, and that was sent to the membership and to the SPX alerts crew. Okay, this was sent to both of them, SPX, the membership and the alerts. Okay, I'm gonna bring in Skylit. I'm not sure if y'all ever heard of Skylit, but I'm bringing in Skylit, bringing Skylit to the screen so that you can see. While I was looking at this, is replay at 11:30 is where we see the rejection up here on SPX. Right at that same time, 11:30. Price is, and I think I want to move this over here. So I want you to be able to see, the price over here while we look at this. Okay. So price here is getting up to 75.20, 25. And here in Skylit, you can see this on replay that it's also in one of the same areas. Right? Price is also up here. 75.25 is a big major king node. Basically, this lets me know that price will most likely reject when it gets up here. This is a massive node compared to all the other things. And you can see that their expectation is that price will reject when it gets here. All right. And what does it do? It comes up here and it does exactly that. It says, oh no, well, I think we can go back down. And it starts to do just that. It starts to go back down. I'm moving it back a little bit because I want y'all to be able to see how price is right here. Okay. Now you don't want to act right. But how price is when it gets right here to 2025, how does price act right there? Okay, 2025 is what we have here, 25.30, and price rejects off of that and starts to come down. This gives me notion that I can go with the call credit spread. Also, this is the extent of the expected move for the day. We had an expected move, but now we're at the top of that expected move. I'm watching to see what are the candles doing. Even though I have Heat Seeker, I got Skylit, I'm also looking to see what is the strat saying. Okay, even if I didn't have those things, I'm looking to see what is this chart saying. So here, according to the strat, two reversal, the breach of the bottom of this 2 candle is my call credit spread entry below this, and I can pick strikes above the 75.21. I actually go up a little higher and 75, 35, and 45, but we really could have done 75, 25, 75, 20, 25, 25, 30, 30, 35. We could have done any of those and it would have still done the same thing. Strikes above this, and this is the 75.21. We could have picked strikes anywhere above here. So we go and ride this back down basically for the remainder of the day. This was my trade number 4. This was my trade number 4. Yes. Y'all got to be proud of me. Y'all got to be proud of me that I took my 4 trades and I did finish trading by 1 o'clock. I closed this when it was ready. After this little drop here, I closed this just about around 1 o'clock actually for a profit. And then I did close the trade. I did not leave my computer station, but I did start working on something else that was at my computer station. But I did keep these charts up. So what I'm looking to do moving forward is I need to turn off my charts, turn off my discords. When I'm going to be done at 1 o'clock, I need to be done at 1 o'clock, not still have all the stuff open and still have everything. We're still looking at all the stuff. Okay. Where's my challenge? Okay. Here's my challenge over here. 2 challenges. Let's see now. We had 2 challenges. No more than 4 trades per day. I'm going to say yes on this one. Right? Did I leave my trading station by 1? I'm again say yes and no. I did stop trading, but I did not leave my desk. I worked on some other stuff I needed to work on at my desk, and that has to be something that I work on moving forward. I want to make that change there moving forward. Well, all right. I shared with you a little short video about today's trades. And yes, challenge accepted and challenge mostly met. All right. July 1st, we're running our challenge. Check on YouTube. I put a post over there so you can see what the challenge includes. You come join us in the membership. Hang out with us and take the challenge with us to watch how many trades we take so we don't overtrade. Make sure we have good entries, exits, and risk management, as well as less screen time. All right. We got the membership link in the description. Copy trading. I do the work. You just benefit. Link in the description. I've got SPX alerts. If you're one who wants to be a do-it-yourselfer, link in the description. All of my stuff can be found at educatortotrader.com. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Hit the thumb up. If you like all my content, please be sure to pass the word. All right. We're going to trade one more day tomorrow. We got a short week this week going into the 4th of July, but I'd love to have you join us in our community. All right. Let's stay green and let's get this money. Bye.